G'day from WA. Hi, this is Julie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to part 2 of my spring journal. Now, I'm hoping to get it done in 2 parts, but I don't know. I may not. Depends how fast I am. I've done some pre-organising, so hopefully we can get straight into it. This is the journal that Leigh from Leigh's Art Studio sent me in Happy Mail, and there is a video for that which I have linked below. The journal came with like 4 empty signatures, so I decided to do a season journal. So I did autumn first, so these were the autumn pages, and I've started on April. Spring. Isn't it funny how we associate, even I associate spring and April and Easter bunnies and all of that with spring, even though here it's autumn. Must be the English in me never goes away. But anyway, it's autumn here, but I'm doing the spring pages now. And so this is what we've done so far. Little lambykins, and then we did this green one. I love them all. And they're not fancy, they're nothing difficult. They're just some gorgeous images that you colour coordinate together, add a bit of stenciling, and your page is done. Yeah, this is what I enjoy doing in a journal, is collaging and just creating pretty pages. I just lost my confidence, but doing collage and making pretty pages, I love it. And so these are what we've done so far. Did anybody notice what was wrong with this page? I didn't put this on this page, which it did match, but I'm happy with what I used. But I could have used this piece, but I chose not to because I have to turn it around the other way. You see, that's the way it should be, isn't it? See, now the leaves are growing up. And that was why I didn't use it on the edge of the page. But if I didn't point it out, you might not be able to tell. Maybe. Every time I look at it now, I can see it. But anyway, it matches and it's pretty, so we're going to leave it with upside down. Who's to say we aren't looking at the world upside down? Anyway, it's there now. All right, I'm not doing the middle page first. I have an idea for the middle, so I'll have to see if that comes together. I'm going to do something that Leigh showed us a little while ago, but I'm not going to tell you what it is in case I can't do it. Anyway, we've got a few pages to do, and I've got a few pieces already sorted. So I've got this pile here somewhere. Where is it? I've got this little pile here of things that I'd like to use, and I'm not sure if I have enough for every page. So let's go through and do some of the easier ones first. I don't know which is the easier ones. So yeah, I picked out some pieces that sort of match. Maybe that one would look nice opposite that one. So those colours kind of go together, don't they? Quite nicely. So let's do that as our first double page spread. Let's do it on this page. All right, so if we have that there, and we have, see, I don't think that one, because that one's a bit too wishy-washy. I did think about having it on the opposite side, but I like this one with the cream, but it's too big. I can't put the whole card on there. So I thought about having this as the background and having these on here, but not too sure how to do that. So I'm going to first of all start with this because this is a touch easier. So if I put these down, unless we can have these in the background, that might be nice. Okay, all right, so those 3 on that side. Let's see how that looks. And these 2 on this side. So let's start by putting this background down. I mean, it's already that colour, but it's just easier. I love these jelly prints. I know I said that 1,000 times in the last video. But when you want to do an art journal page and you kind of make a mess and you think, oh no, I've ruined it. Or you're too scared to try something because you're scared you're going to ruin what you've done so far. Well, what I like about jelly prints is you can just keep trying things, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. And if it doesn't work, you can just add things to it until you like it, or cover up what you've already done. And then you just glue that into your art journal book, and you know, you don't have to worry that you've made a mess. Now I think I'd like to use the slightly more grungy background. Yeah, it'll just have like kind of like the appearance of distance is what I'm thinking. And then he's going to have some flowers around him, so we're just going to glue that down there. It's really simple collaging, isn't it, when you've got jelly prints and your background's all done. You don't have to worry about it. I love it. Okay, shall we have oh, that's not very, oh, I guess it won't matter because he's going to go down the bottom anyway. Shall we have $1 for every time I say I love jelly prints? Who'd like to win $1 for every time I win jelly prints? I say jelly prints. I mean, do I need to add anything more? I mean, let's just fussy cut this. That'll go nice with the yellow, I think. Just a little bit of lilac. And I'm going to cut off some of these flowers so that we can get a bit more of the background in. I don't know now whether I like that or not. Let's see, let's just leave that unglued and let's just carry on with this one. So with this one, I'm going to cut it out with a fair amount of cream, just because I like the cream. And we could always cut it closer if we want to. Okay, I thought this would be the easy one. And now I'm being indecisive, so I'm going to leave that for now and do something else. We'll come back to that one, and hopefully by then I will have made my mind up, because apparently I can't make my mind up. Okay, so that's one idea. Now I really want to use this one on a page. Rather than have two rectangles, I wonder if I could have something like that. I went through my napkins and picked out some that I thought, I really like that one. Maybe we could have that. Oh, it's going to cover it up. Let's just see. I'll take off a layer. And normally I might just cut off what I want, but I don't know if I want to cover the whole page. It's going to have this beautiful border. It's so pretty. When I glue it down, it's probably going to show the pink through reasonably well. Let's just see, and then she can go on there. Now I might take some of the sky off just to make it a bit smaller so we can see a bit more. Oh, she's gorgeous. And then we either have something like that, no, just have this. Well, I think we can decide what we have once we get this down. So I think I'm going to go ahead with this napkin. And that looks like we can cut it off. Just need it to be there. Looks like we can cut it off right at the seam actually. Cut it in half. And that's left over. Okay, let's do this one. Let's glue this down. Could be quite tricky doing a double page napkin like this, because now I do want to get this in exactly the right place, so it's going to be a tiny bit tricky. Let's pop it up here in the corner. Okay. Okay. Got a little bit of wiggle room with a a glue stick, because it's not as wet. So what happens is when you use a wet medium, it causes the paper, the fine tissue paper, to expand. That's why it bubbles up. And you add water to paper. I just want to make sure that that's right in that corner. So we're going to use a in there. Okay, it seems to be nicely stuck down, and you can see the oranges peeking through. Probably not as much as I would have. Oh, and I haven't gone to the edge. Oops. Okay, well, it moved on me a little bit, unfortunately, but I might be able to put an extra piece up there. We'll see. Hasn't got any down the bottom anyway. Okay, so now we're just going to glue this one side down, but it's probably going to go over the stitching. It might show through. It's gorgeous just as it is. Who needs to add anything? It's just lovely. Okay, just pressing it in. Smoothing it down, making sure it's stuck. Now I'm going to press it onto the stitching. So the only thing I boo-booed was here. So I don't know whether I can stick a bit extra on. I'd have to get the same piece. Just, it's not quite long enough. Colouring in maybe, I don't know, just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. Or trim the page. It's a bit high up anyway. Let's just trim some off. I'm always doing that. I'm not going to worry about the other side. I'll leave that as it is. Okay, just going to trim off the rest of the napkin. Okay, we have one very, very, very pretty background from napkin. Maybe I'll put it right up in the corner. Yeah, well, that sort of works because that's an empty space. Okay, so I went through my little box of, you know, all these things that I've cut out and just bits and pieces that are left over from my collages that don't get used, and then I just sure I'll use them sometime. So I went through there and I found this butterfly, which is really shiny. I just love it. I found this saying which came from Daphne's diary: these flowers are for, and there's nothing else to go with it. So I was thinking peace, a state of harmony between people or groups. I mean, who doesn't want that? We do, certainly. So and then I'm thinking, well, she rode her bike to the field of poppies, pink poppies in this case. All right, so we've got those, and I've got this which is exactly the right size, which I thought might anchor it a little bit. So possibly having that down here, but it's the wrong sort of shape. So we might go back to having it this way. These flowers are for peace. Maybe we should have peace up here so that it sort of runs along. Maybe the bike should go on the same one as this. Anchor that down there. So what are we thinking? I'm thinking I like it. Alright, let's do the left hand side first. I'm going to, I don't know whether I should cut these out. I'm going to have these up here over that word. These flowers, it's going there, it's going there. Okay, I'm going to trim up the bike, make it a bit less white. I don't think it's a sticker, I think it's a piece of cardboard, so I'm just going to cut that out a bit more. Okay, all right, let's glue that down. Okay, I've stuck all that down. I'm not going to show you all the sticking down because it's just going to take too long. I won't get all these pages done. So I'll show you the layout, stick it down, and then we'll come back and move on. Now, do I need to add any shading and brightening up? I'm thinking I might like to. I like the way I did the flower the other day. I think I'll leave this side alone. I love the painting as it is. So maybe we can just add something to these flowers here. So we've got our stickly things. Because we've already got quite a bit of glitter on this side. So just probably just do the centers. So in the meantime, I think I might just like to let's just get all the pinks out, and then we don't have to hunt for them. All right, let's start with this purple and just add some colour to these flowers. Can you see? It's pretty much the colour that's already there, so just kind of brightening it, because this is actually a digital print. Sometimes they print a bit, you know, paler than what they would if they were from a book. So we can just increase it a bit, just accentuate it a little bit. Add a bit to these buds, make them stand out a bit more. It works so well, and you don't have to do a lot, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel and draw a flower. You can just go over, well, it already is, just highlighting the shading that's already been done for you. It's sort of cheating, but I don't care. And then, I don't know, I don't seem to have a pale pink. This is the pale one, but it's not as pale as the pale that's already there. So I've got that skin colour pencil I used last time. I'll probably use that maybe. We'll see what it looks like in a minute. Whether it needs more or whether we've got enough. Oh yeah, it's looking like it matches the other page better now, doesn't it? And so I might just go over with some of this, and oh, this one's kind of like peachy coloured, seems to match quite well. I'm not going to activate it, just going to shade in here and there, add a bit of extra colour. Okay, and do we want stickles, or do we could have these shiny ones which might go nicely with, would just be clear. We'll go with these sparkles a bit better. Put those in those. So it's just a bit of sparkle and not a blob of colour. Yeah, they look alright. And there's some darker colour pinky ones. I think we'll do some of that in these. Maybe just dot some around. There. So cute. Yeah, means I'll have to wait for that page to dry before I can turn it over, unfortunately. Got these, it's just nice and dark blue. I'm just going to put some markings on these. Don't want to put my arm in it. Ah, lovely. Okay, and then maybe just a little bit of black. Or no. Maybe this one in here. Doesn't really make much difference, I don't think. I think we'll leave it now. First page done. Flowers are for peace, the state of harmony between people or groups. I'll have to go get something to eat and leave that to dry. I'll be back shortly. Okay, had dinner and I found this picture. The rose is red, the violet's blue, the carnation's so sweet, and so are you. Just wanted to have some people in this side of the book, and so I've got this red rose, so I thought that was pretty ideal to have with this girl, and that just fits on this insert here, which is the other side of the ballerina girl. So I don't need that, so I can fit that on there. And so with her blue dress and blue flowers, I thought we might have a blue background. So I've cut it basically to the size. I may need to trim it a bit more once it gets down. That looks like it's about right. And she's going to go on there. So I've just got to decide before I glue it all down what else we're putting on. Forever. Probably go with Grace, but I might have to find the smaller ones. Let's see how that fits. Oh, not really, unless I put it on the other side. It can go right up there, but yeah, it just covers it right up. It could go right down. That's not too bad. Grace. Okay, so I've just rounded the corners, vintaged up the edges, made it look a bit older. We've got the girl going on here and under here, so she can either be called Grace or it can be Grace. And then a little bit of ribbon, so we don't need much. Which piece do we want to have? That piece sticking out. I quite like this one, so let's just cut a bit of it off. Go along here, along the edge. Pretty simple, but we're going to use the fabric glue. I'm trying to use this up because there's not much of it left. Okay, just a thin layer. Go over the edge a little bit. Perfect. Okay. And then the girl goes on the bottom. And that goes up here. Anything else? Probably find a bow or something like that. So let's just pop this one on. What's everyone watching on Netflix? I've just finished Manifest, which I really liked, and The White Queen. And now I'm watching, well, I've been watching Alex Rider in between the others as well. It's something different. When I finish Alex Rider, I don't know what I'm going to watch next, actually. Oh, I might find something pretty to go on that, but in the meantime we can put this in here. And that one's done. I might do a little bit of gold dribbling. Might just put a bit of a kind of a border down here. Okay, good idea. Be a bit heavy, but let's just see if we can damp it up a bit. Bit strong, that one. I don't know. Okay. And pink bells or blue bells? I think we'll have them as blue bells in the background. Just add some colour. Okay. It's a bit pale. The bodice. Yes, and let's put a tiny little bit of pink. Oh, that's very pink, but never mind. Oh, and we'll have the same colour on her shoes and slippers. Just brighten them up. And she might want some blue blobs. I'm going to give her a blue lace frill and blue on here. Yep, and maybe we'll brighten her hair up a bit. Okay, some branches. Okay, and maybe some of these leaves will have a bit of colour. Yeah, maybe a little bit of colour on some of these leaves. Okay. Not going to touch the rose. The rose is beautiful as it is. I think now that the gold is, I like the gold on this side. This side's a bit dramatic. I wonder if I can tone it down a bit. What could I tone that gold down with? I've got this little tin of, I should probably have used this. It would have been a bit more subtle, I think. But I'm thinking, what if I did, probably if I did rose gold, pink, maybe that would tone it down a bit. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, sort of vintage it up a bit. So it's not so bright. That's for the most part worked. Maybe add some gold shimmer to her hair. She's not really kind of working because I've already put the tombos on there. Okay, so that's this page. Roses are red. I think it's okay in the end. I think we saved it. They've got the red, the yellow gold was a bit heavy duty. Okay, all right. So we've done 2 pages. We've done flowers are for peace and grace. The roses are red, violets are blue, carnations are sweet, and so are you. So we've got red roses instead of carnations. Okay, so which one next? Got to find an image. I know I want that one. There's this napkin. What if we had these gorgeous napkins, these gorgeous birds? They sort of match the colours, don't they? Okay. Well, I'll be back when I've got these pieces and glued them down. Okay, I managed to stick the most of the edges down, and then this will hold it down properly. So let's just vintage up the edge, and I might round the corners again. All right. So now some of the colours are a bit dull, so I'm going to do this what I've been doing, the colour in some. of the flowers. A bit tricky because it's quite pale all round. Just to sort of add a bit of pink to the shadows. A bit of yellow to this one. Yep. Just brightens it up a little bit. Okay, a bit of yellow to the hair. A bit of blue shadow. Don't know what that is. I think the cat's got a mouse. Have blue socks slightly. And a blue. Yeah. Just a bit of colour. And brightness. And what about a bit of extra colour to the bucket? Yep. Some of these leaves. Okay. All right, I quite like that. The balloon. So I might do the balloon on the back page. Where's that balloon gone? I found it after I'd lost it. What's going to go with the balloon? I've got the balloon there. Let's just hold that down. Okay. All right, balloon. What can go with the balloon? Oh, I did have that little. Where's he gone? Had a little animal. This guy. I thought he might like to come down on the balloon. Let's cut him out. Okay, so what background would we have for this one, I wonder? Don't mind that. Let's just cut a piece of that out. Okay, yeah, I think so. Sort of blobs in the sky, like it might be balloonish. What we might do is doodle on the background and do some sort of do balloons in the background and do some similar markings. And draw some squiggles. Okay, balloons in the background. Okay, I don't know what's got to do with spring, but that's what we've got so far. I'm not too sure. I just wanted to have the balloon in. There we go. Yeah, I think it looks cool. It's different. Let's glue the pieces onto here and then we'll glue it into the book. It's cute. Not sure what it means. Not sure that it has anything to do with spring, but it's cute. All right. What have we got left? We've got one double page, center page. That's it. So on this one, the one that I wanted to, the other one I wanted to do was, I've got too many ideas now, not enough pages. Lambikin one I started with at the beginning, and my violets. I've also got this one. Maybe I prefer this for the sheeps. Ah, yes, that works. Which gives him a bit of perspective, but plenty of flowers. Yes, that's nice. And on this side, we're having the violets. Okay, let's just cut a piece of this out. I'm just going to do it as it is. Okay, so let's glue this down. I'll be back when I've glued them down and we'll add some little decorations after. Okay, so I've done the backgrounds. I'm not going to have this one on there. I don't think I need that. I like the brightness of these flowers. Could have a purple flower or two. Not sure I want too many of the leaves. The background flowers too much. Maybe just one in that space. Let's cut some of the leaves off. I don't want it to look like he's growing leaves, so we may cut all the leaves off. Just add them if we need to. Alright, well I don't mind the purple flower extra. I think that's, you know, juxtaposition as the one across this side. They're quite nice. They match nicely. These are flowers I painted again for a birthday card. They look like they fit amongst those flowers. Oh yeah, I quite like those. Alright, it's nice to add my bits of painting. And we've got our little sheep, but I was looking for the other sheep. He's a bit more cute and cuddly. No, I don't like it. I mean, I like him, but I don't like him in that situation. I like this one. He's so cute. Alright, let's glue these things down. Okay, and then this flower is going to go amazing. How, you know, your own artwork that doesn't pass as a painting to hang or frame or sell, but looks great in a journal. To have some hand-painted artwork amongst your journal pages is just awesome. Love it. I just love it. I mean, who would have thought I would enjoy my artwork so much? It's black. I'd like to do a little bit of doodling, or not doodling, but freshening it up before I put the sheep on so that I can get to it. So there's just a bit of white marks there. Just adding some white back in. Oh, I'm not too sure that it needs any more. It really does work well with those flowers, doesn't it? And then that covers up the stems. I love it. Amazing. Let's do the put the sheepies down. There's plenty of room for the flowers. Beautiful. I love it. Got all these stickers. Could do with a bird, I think. I've got all these stickers here. Orange, no, but the purpley pink one I really like. It's quite cute. Greeny blue one. This one I think, so I'm going to cut out the excess white. Cute. Maybe in that white space. Yep, quite like that idea. There we go. Alright, recapping to see what we've got so far. We haven't still got the middle to do. Ooh, we've got one more page to do. Oh, okay, one more double page and the middle plus this. So we've done this one, beautiful one, that one, and the back one. Okay. Oh, I meant to look at these. I got these from Leigh. Oh gosh, last year when we were going to start doing a challenge together, but we didn't end up doing the challenge. Oh, I wanted to use these. Okay. Don't know what the other one is. And we didn't end up doing them, and I completely forgot. I just found them, so I'm wondering whether there's anything in here we could use. That's really cute. Oh, look at the violets. Could have used that with the violets. Let me have a look. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I'm going to cut him out. She's going to sit on there. Oh, yes. Look at that already. So, yes, as I say, I got these envelopes from Leigh, and they were meant to be opened up each month as we did a challenge, but we never did the challenge. So the envelopes got put to the side, trying to decide what we were going to be doing, and we ended up doing the collage challenge and the doodle challenge instead. So the envelope idea never eventuated. So they were kind of superfluous, at least to the challenge idea. And I said to Leigh, what do you want me to do? And she said, oh, just keep them. And then, so they must have got put aside, and I forgot about them. And then as I was hunting for goodies, I saw these envelopes. Oh, I wonder what's in the envelopes, because we weren't supposed to open them, you know, until the month that we were doing them. Oh, look at that. Little bunny with the little violets. Just need her to cover up the white edge. So that little tail I'll go missing. She's going to go right on the edge of that page, right in there, look. Oh, isn't she sweet? Love it. So, yeah, you just never know what you're going to find. Little bunny. Put her right so she covers up that edge of that white. Right up there, look. Perfect. Oh, that's so good. And then just going to trim off the excess, which means she'll lose a little bunny tail. That's okay. There she is. She's just popping into the page. Look at that. Wow. Love it. That's just perfect. She's been into the garden picking some flowers. Ah, there we go. So that's a little little bit of something from Leigh. Now what else is in this little package? Little tag, a little label, that's really nice. Some strawberries. Oh, another cute bunny. Oh, that's so cute. I think I told her I was doing a bunny journal. Okay, so I'm going to put those back in the envelope and see what else there is. This is meant to be March. Woodland Nature, slightly grungy. We were going to make tags from these. We'd send each other pieces and then we'd see what we could make from them. Cool. Okay. Nice. Oh, I like this. Oh, cute green butterfly. That's really sweet. A little painting. Okay. Could use that on the autumn nature journal side, but we're still going to make a nature journal. So we'll see. Oh yeah. I like that. I just need to get some something to put in the button before I put that on, but I like that. Who knew what I'd find in here? Okay, one more envelope. We've got February's envelope. Did I already open? No, I haven't opened this one yet. I think I only opened January's because that's what I thought we should do. Oh, woodland. Okay, what's in here? Oh, little mushrooms. Oh, we have a little mushroom in the cute. Does she want a little mushroom down here? Why not? Where's the other little mushroom? Cute. Is it a sticker? No. Let's stick it on as it is. Tiny, cute little mushrooms. So good. It's going to go right there. Perfect. And then the other little mushroom. Excellent. Stick it on the end of this page. Okay. Let's move it across a bit because it doesn't want to stick there. That's it. There we go, mushrooms. And the butterfly is going to go in here. It matches perfectly. It's a bit chunky, but that doesn't matter with this journal because there's plenty of room. Okay, so I just need to get some string for that. All right, so there's our little envelopes. Thank you, Leigh. That was, yeah, they were sent last December, I think. Cool. All right, let's put them in the Happy Nail box so I don't lose them again. All right, next time we'll use the Be Kind. I've got to be kind and be thankful. All right, I need to just find some string for this. Back in a moment. Okay, I've got this from my woodland box, which I've collected all these things to go in the woodland journal, which I haven't started yet. And I'm thinking this purple. Let's just have some of that. Oh, I love that bunny. It's so cute. Okay, let's pop this through and tie a knot. Well, it's getting a bit late, so I'm going to do the last 2 pages tomorrow, and so I'll be back tomorrow to film the rest of this. Okay, good night. Well, it's been a minute or two. I did say, well, I think I vaguely remember something about going to get dinner, and yep, I've heard other YouTubers say this, and now I'm going to say it. Sometimes life happens. You just don't get back into your craft room. Anyway, that's fine. These things happen. I apologise if there's been a bit of a gap between videos. I'm fine. I'm not sick. Everything's fine. I just haven't managed to get into my craft room. Okay, so what we were up to, and I don't think I'm going to get it finished because I've looked at the video footage and There's already 2 hours that I've done, so it means I'm going to have to leave the middle page and the next page because I want to do something particular in here, so I won't have time to do that on this video. So that will be next time. There'll be a part 3 of the spring. So what I thought I would do is I'll just go through and show you what we've done so far for the part 2 of the spring video, because now I need to get on with preparing for our collage challenge for May, because now it's May. I mean, what happened to April? It just disappeared. So before we carry on, I'm just going to talk about our collaboration, our open collaboration, our monthly collage challenge that's been going since February between Leigh from Leigh's Art Studio and myself, Art and Junk Journals with Julie. We are the co-hosts of the monthly collage challenge, which is the first Wednesday of every month. So that's actually next week. It came around so fast. I was watching Leigh's video and I'm like, oh my goodness, the collage challenge. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, dates, times, and appointments, yeah, they get away from me. And you know, all of a sudden it's May. We have to do our challenge. So I better start thinking about it. I don't think May is too difficult. We've got most people who have been doing these collage challenges shouldn't have too much trouble. The period or style is vintage. So, and in this situation, I know vintage could be 20 years old, but that's not what I mean by vintage. It's not generally what we use in the crafting world and in the junk journal world. When we say vintage, we usually mean, but if you want to do 20 years old, you know, whatever vintage means to you. But to me, it means the Victorian era, the Edwardian era, antiques. So that sort of era, 100 years ago, is what I'm looking for vintage. If you want to do something completely different, your interpretation of vintage is completely fine. Of course, some people interpret vintage as, you know, just inking around the edges, so it gives it a vintage look, an aged look. So there's that as well. The theme is summer, so interesting because we're in autumn and it's just starting to cool down, but that's fine. So summery items in a vintage style. A colour blue or turquoise, which Mum's favourite colour. It's a lovely colour. Yeah, any version of blue or turquoise, whatever suits you. So it could be the ocean, could be the sky, it could just be anything you like. Paper. So the interesting papers we're having, or the extra papers we're having, are vellum, tracing paper, or baking paper. I tried to pick things that were similar in texture and sort of see-throughness, if you like, so that they've all got that ability to go on top of it and you'll see through it. So if you don't have any official vellum, which I don't think I have, tracing paper or baking paper will also do the job. Image or focal point. So we're basically going for animals, but I tried to be a little bit specific, that in the sense that fish, in this situation, I'm considering in the animal kingdom. You could have a dinosaur. I've never seen dinosaurs I just thought I'd throw that in, something different. If you want to have a dinosaur, you can. And anything that lives in the ocean, because why I put that in there was because, you know, people can argue whether or not a whale or a dolphin or whatever is a fish or an animal. So basically, I'm saying, you know, fish or animals, dinosaurs. Okay, marks. The marks that we make on the page, which is usually with a, you know, a pen or whatever. So theoretically it could be typed, so word, quote, phrase, poem, or book passage. So in this case you could handwrite it, or you can have it already printed from the page. That's what we're doing for that. Shapes. A letter from any alphabet, so it could be Japanese script, it could be Arabic script, obviously English letters. If you know unusual letters of another alphabet, then you can use that shape. If it's a nice unusual shape, great. And then a swap or bonus. If you don't like some of those, a couple of those items, you can swap them out and use the postage stamp, cancellation mark, or wax seal. We've all got that kind of thing in our stash, so it's really easy. I tried to pick things in the swap that we would all have, so that you could easily swap out something. If you don't want to do an animal or fish or dinosaur, then and you want to do a bird, you can swap in a postage stamp and swap out the dinosaur. And you can do that with two items on the list. Okay, so in order to join in the challenge, if you're at home, just, you know, collaging along with us, then just do your own collage. You can use the hashtag 2022 collage challenge May and post it on Instagram or on Facebook. So you could come to the Facebook group, which is Art and Junk Journals with Julie and Friends, and post your collage in there so other people can see it. Or you can put it in, as I say, in Instagram under the hashtag name. If you're a video creator or channel, then please list mine and Leigh's channels with a working link to our channels, Leigh's Art Studio and Art and Junk Journals with Julie. Just make sure you've got our links to our channels in your description box. And if you want to link the playlist that I'll be creating for the May Collage Challenge, you can also link the playlist. I'll put the playlist, I'll get the playlist working straight away, so therefore anyone who watches this video can go to the playlist, do share and copy that onto your description box. And of course everyone's video that does the challenge will be going into our playlists, mine and Leigh's. And also make sure you use the hashtag correctly on YouTube. Just type it in exactly as it is, no spaces, hashtag 2022 collage challenge May, and your video will turn up in the playlist on YouTube, the hashtag playlist, along with everybody else. If you change even one letter, you will disappear into a void and be all by yourself, and no one will find it through the hashtag. You might still get found other ways, but you wouldn't get found by the hashtag. And also Leigh and I might miss your video because we look at the hashtag playlist to look for videos to put in our playlist. Okay, so that's that. That took quite a while to say. So just to finish up, we're just going to look at the pages that I've created today. So this one was a napkin, and I just coloured in a little bit here and there to brighten up the flowers. This is a card that came from Tammy. She sent a, oh no, this one, oh, now I'm all, yeah, a few days and I already forget. No, I think this came from, oh, how can you, I have such a bad memory, I apologise, you know, a few days later and I suddenly can't remember where things came from. The rose I've had in my stash for a while, and I got this out of a book, and added the word Grace as her name, if you like, and so I just coloured in aspects of the card or the paper to brighten it up and give it some gold highlights. The gold turned out a bit bright, so I toned it down with some rose gold on top, but I left this side in with the gold. I quite liked it, so I'll just leave that like that. And I just added some blue background paper and blue lace. This one is probably my favourite page. It's pink, it's pretty, it's got lovely sparkles and stickles. These flowers are for peace. The butterfly, the sparkly butterfly, this picture's gorgeous, just came out of an address book. And this came from the littlebirdie.com crafts, littlebirdie.crafts.com. And I tried to order some recently, but apparently they don't post to Australia anymore, so I can't get any more Little Birdie products at the moment until the postage situation changes. Shame. This is lovely. I love the violet. So we've got the Tammy's lovely papers in the background. It was a vintage gift wrap. This is a card that I had. The little beautiful bunny, the butterfly and the mushrooms came from Leigh's little envelope of goodies that she sent me last year. And then on this side, this is actually a painting, little watercolor that I did a while ago. There's a book page in the background, and this came from Crafty Karen, an image from Crafty Karen. And these images, I don't know, they're just in my stash. Little birds, AliExpress, I assume. And then the final page for spring is this balloon that I used in the Marguerite Miller collage, and then this jelly plate background, which I just created some balloons in the background, and the raccoon that I'd cut off and didn't use because I think this was in the balloon one that I did on Marguerite Miller a couple of weeks ago, and he was holding these balloons, and I didn't use the raccoon in the in Marguerite Miller, but I kept him because I knew I wanted to use him at some point in time, so I just made him have this vintage balloon. Yeah, and I just coloured him with a what are they called? Copic pen around the edge just to give it some trim. So there you go. That is the spring part 2. I've done quite a few pages, so I did one. Well, if you call single pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. And I also already did these ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. Oh, okay, didn't realize. So there's, you know, already 18 pages in spring, and of course I still need to do the middles. Okay, so what's your favorite page? Oh, I think my one's easily that one. I love the pink. I love the background is also napkin, so I love using napkins. They're great for backgrounds. They don't take up any space. They don't make bulk. They're super pretty, and easily found and, you know, accessed. Jelly print on that one. Book pages and vintage wrapping paper on that one. Scrapbook paper on that one. Napkin on this one, and napkin behind there to sort of match it in. So yeah, a mixture of, you know, but not too many scrapbook papers because I find they're a little bit thick, and you know, they do bulk up the pages. Okay, which is your favorite page? Yeah, I reckon that's going to be everyone's favorite. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please check out Leigh's videos. She's done a couple of new videos recently. They're always fun, always arty, always interesting, so check those out. And yeah, check out the collage challenge on Wednesday and join us. Make your own video or make your own collage and post it into the Facebook group. So the links for the Facebook group will be below. Links for Leigh's channel and the playlist will also be below. And for part 1 of the spring journal will be, of the spring pages will be in the links below. And then of course you've got autumn. So if you haven't seen all those videos, there's plenty of videos there for you to check out. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.